Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ed Morysiak here from East Toronto Living. And I'm the man in the chair. And in this video, we're going to be covering an article titled, Here's How Canada-U.S. Trade War Could Impact Home Buying in Toronto. So if you want to learn more about how this trade war is going to impact home sales right in the GTA, specifically Toronto, stay tuned. Now, before we continue, if you're finding value in my videos, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video. Leave comments. Comments are so great. Helps me, create more content. I get ideas, and I love addressing them because it gets the channel moving. So please subscribe and leave comments, like the video, everything, all that stuff. And don't forget, too, if you have any real estate needs or questions, you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate, here's my contact information. Call me, text me, send me an email, send me a carrier pigeon, whatever your preferred method of communication is. Let's get together for coffee, or if you're from out of town, let's have a Zoom meeting and let me get to know you a little bit. You're probably getting to know me to some degree, but I love one-on-one, sit down, have a coffee, have some snacks. Let's visit some of the coffee places that I've featured in past videos. And hey, if I can help you with it, if I can help you with your real estate needs, I will. Okay, so let's dive right in here. So the article is titled, as I mentioned earlier, Here's How the Canadian-U.S. Trade War Could Impact Buying a Home in Toronto. Now, again, this is from blog.to, and I'll leave a link so that you can read the article in full detail. And I like blog.to because they're pretty factual for the most part. They're not overly sensationalized, and I quite often take the article and I'll look at the TREB stats, and they're pretty on par with our stats. Our stats are the stats. I mean, you can't. They're pretty accurate. I mean, numbers are numbers. The numbers don't lie. I mean, if there's 15,000 home sales in a month, and there are 15,000, you can't deviate from that. I mean, there are some anyway. I'm not going to make this about a statistic class, but blog.to tends to have pretty, good articles that are relevant and somewhat, for the most part, factual. So, okay. I mean, we're in a bit of a spot right now. There's no question, and we are heading towards a recession. And the cause of that recession is this trade war. It's causing unemployment, it's causing instability, uncertainty. And with Premier Trump and his flip-flops, one day he decides tariffs, one day he takes them off, puts them on, changes them, this, that, and it could potentially worsen, according to this article. Both sides of the border are being hugely affected. Particularly, we're talking about Toronto real estate. And a lot of the hard hit industries would be new construction, be it condominiums, be it homes, detached homes. I mean, it was already bad to begin with because the cost of materials and all that went up over the last 3-4 years. So they were already in a deficit, and a lot of builders were putting their projects on hold or just going bankrupt entirely. Now it's even worse. Now nobody is buying. We are actually at, I think the statistic I saw here, we're at 29%. We're down in sales 29%. It's down further down here. I'll verify that in a moment, but I believe that's what it is, 28 or 29. So they are already suffering to begin with, and also in resale as well. Again, buyers continue to stay on the sidelines. Now, according to the Ontario Home Builders Association, we're already, new construction is at record lows, and pre-sale condos are not doing well. So we are definitely in a downturn in our economy, and it was a little bit somewhat mitigated. It was looking somewhat hopeful previous month, but again, we weren't in these threats of increased tariffs and so forth, or this type of war, unfortunately. Now, RBC put out a special report here. This tariff war has shaken our real estate market, and it's the Bank of Canada is taking action, and they're already in the midst of doing that anyway. So the one silver lining to all this is we are going to see even. I mean, when I've mentioned this before, when the economy is down, the Bank of Canada lowers rates and to stimulate buying, get people get out there and spending money. So 2 days ago on March 12th, we saw a rate cut of 0.0275%, which is awesome. We're seeing the Bank of Canada. We're going to see more rate cuts as a result of a recession. So the silver lining from all this is rates are coming down again, and the weirdest thing about this economy is simultaneously rates are coming down. Also, property value is going down. Now, Toronto has fewer sales, granted, but the property values haven't been dropping like other places outside of Toronto. We've seen year over year, we've seen about a 2.6% decrease. And it's estimated we're going to see some more. But, how much more is anybody's guess. I'm going to say we're probably, it could be up as much as 5%. Now, I had a subscriber comment. They're waiting. They want to wait for property value to go down another 30%. Okay, now there's a huge flaw in that thinking. Firstly, outside of the GTA, I have a property in Collingwood. Now, I look at that market very closely. Barrie, Collingwood, Wasaga Beach, Stayner, and they experienced a close to a 30% drop over the last couple of years as a result of all this stuff. And so, they've been hit hard. Toronto, not so much. But here's the thing. Do you absolutely have to live in Toronto? Toronto has become one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in. It's up there with, not quite up there with London and Tokyo, and I think Hong Kong used to be really expensive. Now it's not. Don't quote me on that. But New York City is another expensive, right downtown New York. Do you absolutely have? Toronto is a metropolitan hub, and of course, you're going to pay a lot of money to live in Toronto. Now, a lot of people that work in Toronto commute, or they work from home, or they come into the city once or twice a week. So do you absolutely have to live in Toronto? I mean, I don't want to say it's for the rich, but I mean, when you're considering buying real estate, and especially if it's your first time or whatever, you might want to consider living slightly out. If you work in the city, maybe consider living slightly outside of the city. Maybe in Barrie. There's just a direct GO train access right from Barrie. Or how about Hamilton? Direct GO train access right into the city. Oshawa, direct GO train access right into Toronto. There's these places that are just they're within an hour away, and you're paying almost half the price, almost, for bigger, nicer, cheaper real estate. You don't have to live right in the city, but for those of you who do or who want to, this is what it's expected. But right now, this is the time. I want to hammer this whole notion home that we are still in this market where we have 5 months of inventory. You have choice, especially for apartment condos. Right now, there's never been a better time to purchase a condo right now in the city of Toronto. So, I mean, if you have to, this is a really good option right now. Now, freehold, they've held their value to some degree. I mean, I think we were at the peak in sometime in 2022, but at present, I think we've dropped about 10 to 12%. I mean, it's been going up and down. We've dropped a little more. We might even be down maybe 14% at this moment from our peak. And the challenge is a lot of sellers are still sort of in that 2022 mindset where they're hoping to get the price that they could have gotten 2 years ago when the market was at its extreme height. But again, there's opportunity out there if you're looking to buy. I really want to advocate strongly, because what's going to happen is, and this is my prediction. Like I mentioned earlier, prices are coming down slightly, and definitely further, outside of the city, they're dropping even more so. But we've got more rate cuts coming, and we've got prices dropping at the same time. That's never happened before. So these are coming down. When it stops, when the Bank of Canada decides, okay, that's enough, we're not going to do any more rate cuts, and when the prices of real estate stop dropping, all the buyers are going to be coming back in a mass exodus. So we're going to be back into bidding wars. We're going to be back into putting offers in for with no conditions and all that nonsense. And I mean, as much as I've experienced all that, I'm not a big fan of all that. I mean, I've never really seen a balanced market in my career, but anyhow, that's another discussion. We won't go there. Good or bad or indifferent, it is what it is. If you want to avoid all that, now's the time to get in, because, hey, listen, if you start looking now for a property, you're going to be one to 2 months, before you find something that you're going to like. So during that time, values could still continue to drop. That is my prediction. Definitely, we know interest rates are coming back down, and this is the time to jump in. I don't know what else to add here. Well, again, I mentioned we've got a glut of condos and even freehold. Also, I want to encourage you folks too, maybe thinking, maybe moving slightly outside of the city could also work. I also service outside of the city, by the way. I mean, I used to live in Oshawa. I've sold real estate in Oshawa. I owned a property in Hamilton, but I'm not going to be your real estate agent in Hamilton. But I'll refer you to people that can help you. Burlington, all that. But Burlington, all those, they're kind of expensive still. So, if you want to save some money, that's probably not going to be a good option. But definitely Barrie, all that, north of the city, Vaughan, Those areas, I'm still kind of, I'm iffy. I've done business out there, but we could have a discussion about if you want me to help you with that, or do you want me to refer one of my friends? I featured my good friends there, Fernando and Victor, and they work those areas. I can definitely make an introduction. Maybe we could work together, tag team, whatever. We will figure something out. Whatever works for you. We'll decide when that time comes. Okay, so I think that's it for this Saturday morning. So don't forget, if this is valuable to you, if you're liking this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video, helps the channel grow. And I love comments. Gives me good ideas for content. And also, if you've got questions about real estate, if you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing, in the East End of Toronto, even the West End, also outside of the city, I will. Again, we'll have a discussion. Where outside the city, if I can help you with. I'll go, like I said, I'll go as far as Oshawa because it's my hometown, and I sold it and so forth. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it over coffee or on a Zoom meeting, whatever. Here's my information. Give me a call. Don't forget, every Thursday at 5 o'clock, I put out a new video, and now I put out a new video again on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. So we've got two time slots now this week. You can fully immerse yourself with real estate commentary. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much. Whoa, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you all on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you on Thursday.